A lot of people are very nervous about this, as you know, and you're asking them to trust you.
I trust myself. For as much as it scares me, and as for as much as I compress and I expand in the ideas of trusting myself, or in the idea of being confident in who you are, I know that I can apply that. I know that for all my volatilities, that I will bring a belief in myself. Like, I would go so far to say a belief in my call, almost against my will. It's not what I envisioned. This isn't how I envisioned it. I didn't dream of being a restaurateur. Or I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to trust yourself. And that's the challenge that I actually take rather seriously. And I think that at the end of the day, there's so many ways to interpret that, and there are complexities to that I've definitely failed at in other avenues of my life. Maybe going too far, or crossing someone's line, or saying too much, or advising too much, or intervening or interceding too much. Whatever too much means. So, but I'm again, to reference where I started. There's the same idea. It's like, now we're asking to trust you, Jeff, but you don't know what you're doing. Okay. I've learned enough not to internalize that to my fault. Like, it's not going to be my fault if we, if it doesn't work. Just like it wouldn't have been my fault if Lux went away. For all intents and purposes, there's a certain, you get back even to the magic, Lux should have gone away in so many ways. It should have just rolled over and gone away. There's so many, levels of where it didn't work at all, unsustainable. No economic, capital there for it to grow and build, but it made it. So here it is. Overcoming, in essence, what should have overwhelmed it. Like, it doesn't make sense that we're still here. Like, I'm still in a lot of ways in all of that. And so, but how did it happen? There was a provided and ample trust in myself, and in my family, and in who I am. I don't think I need to prove anything. I don't think Lux needs to prove anything. I don't think Springfield or any of the space and people and how people move in space will need to prove anything or justify anything more than what its full measure is. I'm saying, I know you're afraid because I'm afraid. I know you don't trust because I don't trust. I know you need a friend because I need a friend. I know you're worried because I'm worried. So I'm gonna try to answer those, not in as much as like saying that I'm your answer, but it's saying, let's answer it together. Like, this is ours. That's your corner for 2 hours today. This is your school. So in as much as we understand that its benefit is mutual. And that's what, in essence, like, even to define something like provision, something laid before or offered before, to deal with what comes up. If anyone is afraid or doesn't trust themselves, I'm that tenfold. And I think without the confidence of actually having done this once before, basically come into a space which people treat as an institution, recognizing that I can make it better, and believing that as much as you could quantify it, I did make it better. We did make it better. We made it. I mean, we're a viable part of this community, almost like singularly the salient, a place of recognition for surviving the light rail, being something in Phoenix. People telling me that it saved their lives. And again, like, I'm not here to say it didn't, or I did, or whatever, but the notion of that can't continue, and that needs to be sustained. I think that's almost singularly what would define me. Like, taking what I'm afraid of, being from Springfield, Virginia, being a servant, being a barista. I'm 40 years old. I make your drink on Saturday. I'm your barista. I'm your servant. It would be very easy for me to go the other way with that. I would be very angry at the world. I couldn't even express how grateful I am for the opportunity to serve one person anything. And it never, yes, it wavers at times, but it is almost the singular mark of what my measure is to remain grateful every time I have the opportunity to serve anybody, anything.